move. The number one thing is that we're guaranteeing the peace. We're guaranteeing peace. We want a governmental official from the Institute of National Immigration. That's who we want to talk to. We don't want to talk to no other government entity. Also, we want to negotiate with the government of the Institute of National Immigration, the border agents. I'm afraid for my integrity of my life, and the people are afraid for their integrity of their life. They are afraid for their integrity of their lives, so they're not going to let me go in alone. Reason why we are going to continue to be sitting down right here and also be continuing to protest right here. So it is not going to be open. The access, it is not going to open. We thought that it was going to, but it's not. Señores, parece que no. No se llegó a un acuerdo. El comandante quiso llegar a un acuerdo con una de las personas que era, pues básicamente aquí no es vocero, pero era un migrante y quiso llegar a platicar con él. Parece que no. Y parece sus razones de que teme por su integridad física, eso es lo que él dice. Esas son sus declaraciones de él, que él teme por su integridad física.
Unbelievable,
a raíz de
guys.
esta circunstancia, los migrantes han decidido continuar sentados bloqueando la estación migratoria Cerro Gordo. Es una estación bastante importante en términos de exportación e importación, y esta línea pues básicamente es la que es afectada, y está afectada. El otro paraguas, Juan, no, sí, ok. Esta es la estación, esta es la estación, la gente, pues básicamente los transportistas son los afectados en este aspecto y en este punto, pero señores, pues aquí estamos. Sí. Sí. Pues vamos a mojar los teléfonos. Sí. So they're having a meeting right there. Well, I'm doing this bilingual, lo estoy haciendo bilingüe, señores. Están teniendo una junta allá. And I'm doing this bilingual, lo estoy haciendo bilingüe so everybody will know. This is the actual situation. Let me put the camera up. Voy a poner la cámara hacia arriba so you guys can see how this current situation is. Está bloqueada ya también. La carretera está bloqueada. ¿También? They have blocked the whole. Wow, they have blocked the whole street. The whole street. They have blocked the whole street. Señores, han bloqueado toda la calle. This is wow. They have blocked the whole roads until they hear a solution from the authorities. So it's not only the exportation line, it is all the lines. Look at this. Juan, no sé si le puedes decir a Nano que me traiga un cable de iPhone, güey, porque lo dejé ahí en la mochila en la parte de atrás. No sé si él traiga cable, porque el que traigo se rompió. Y no traigo pila, güey. So they're blocking the streets right here. They're blocking. And this is, we'll say this, this affects the Mexican citizens. It completely affects the Mexican citizens. And this is going to cause some chaos due to the fact that it's affecting completely the citizens of Tapachula and also the citizens of Chiapas. And that it's not available for them to move from point A to point B to share the other side.
Man, let me see some of y'all's comments on here.
Two-way road.
I'm curious to see how some of y'all are reacting to this. These people are literally invading Mexico. They're going in there demanding.
I will say this in English. We are 45 kilometers who are complaining why I put my measurements of of the road in kilometers. I'm in Mexico, so I apologize for that. 45 kilometers away, 60 kilometers away, I'm sorry, from the part of Tapachula to all the way to Huixtla, 60 kilometers, where the immigration center of Cerro Gordo has been the epicenter of this massive protest right now. Where
They're at war
I can say that
with
it's
the
now that
family
they are
unit.
blocking the streets right
They are
now
at war with
and
your
ultimately
children at
exercising their right
school.
and demanding their
They are
right
at
for them to
war
be
with
listened by
linguistics,
some
trying to
authority of
change the
or
language
immigration
on us.
official.
They are at war
They
with the
want an
truth.
immigration
They
official to
are at
come out
war
and give
against you,
statements
the American
to
citizen.
basically release them and to give
And
them the humanitarian
listen,
visa or the visa transit or
a lot of
the
people tell me
multiple
all the
migration
time,
form. Let me say it in Spanish, señores, estamos a casi
why do you
60
talk about the
kilómetros
replacement
de
theory?
lo que viene siendo las limitantes entre
The
Tapachula y Guatemala
replacement
y
theory
nos encontramos en
is
la estación
actually not a
migratoria de Cerro
theory at
Gordo en
all.
Huixla, donde
And
el
I've been
cansancio y
called
el
a
hartazgo de los
conspiracy
migrantes
theorist
ha llegado
before,
a que
and I've been
bloqueen la calle
called
y es un puerto
crazy and whatever else you
muy
want to call
importante de
me.
importación y exportación,
That's
que es el
fine.
puerto de Huixla,
I'll
pero
take it.
debido a las circunstancias
But
en las
from
que ya se ubican
everything
y se
that
encuentran los
we
niños y mayoría
do
de las mujeres y
day in,
también
day
ellos
out
mismos
working on the southern border,
exigen que se les dé el permiso de
we
migración
are
múltiple
this
que les permite
the
transitar
replacement
libremente
theory is not
por
a
el país
theory.
dentro de la
Let's get
cantidad
that
de 7 a
straight.
30 días.
That is
No
not
ha
far
salido
right
ningún
wing
oficial del Instituto
rhetoric.
Nacional
That
de
is not
Migración, que es la
right wing
dependencia encargada de este tipo
extremism
de
rhetoric.
trámites.
No, that
Lo
is
único
not
que salió fue un
racist.
comandante
That
o un
is
encargado de
a
la Guardia Nacional a
fact.
dar palabra
The reason they
y
don't have these
pues
people coming
básicamente
in
dijo
getting
no voy a soportar sus gritos.
is
Si ustedes
because they
quieren
need a healthy,
pues seguir con este trámite tienen que
working
seguir las reglas. Uno
class.
de los migrantes se paró
They are
y
getting
dijo que
rid
quería participar,
of the
habló,
middle
quería
class in the
negociar.
United States, and they're
Se llegó a
bringing
una
in this
negociación, el
welfare
comandante de la Guardia
dependent
Nacional le expresó y le
class
dijo, ven conmigo,
that
pero
will
quita tu
not
gente.
question
La gente no
any
se quiere mover
authority, that
debido a
will
la circunstancia
succumb
que
to whatever
tienen
is
miedo por la
handed
integridad
to
física
them.
del migrante,
That is what
de
we're
que
seeing
le
right
vaya a
here, right
suceder
now.
algo
That's why
dentro de
they
las
are not
instalaciones o
forcing them
que
to get
vaya a
the.
ser en
That's
su
why they're
efecto
coming in
deportado hacia la parte de
unchecked.
Guatemala, que esa
That
es la
is a
especulación que se
truth.
está manejando en estos
That's the
momentos.
truth. You're not going to
Muchos
sit here
migrantes
and tell
fueron
me,
puestos en camiones
oh,
y ya
that's a
han sido
conspiracy.
regresados
Oh,
hacia
you're
la ciudad de
thinking too
Tapachula
much, or you're
y
looking
hay
too much into
evidencia
it.
de
No, no,
audios
no,
y
no, no,
también
no, no,
video
no.
donde también se les ha
You're
retornado a
just not
Guatemala.
thinking. If you
Como
don't
periodista y
see
reportero
exactly
no
what
puedo
I'm telling
confirmar
you,
esa información es
this is
hasta
what is
que tengamos un
happening.
boletín o un
The
informe
reason they are
completamente
importing a
legítimo en el
third
cual sí se
world
dé
class
el
citizen
entendimiento de que han
is
sido
because
regresados
these
y han sido
individuals,
retornados
their
hacia el país de
spirit has
Guatemala.
been
La
broken.
mayoría de la gente que
They
está en
don't
este
know
momento
freedom.
es
They
de
don't
Venezuela.
know
No se me acerquen tantito,
sovereignty
por
of a
favor.
nation.
Por
They
favor, no me
don't
pongan
know
nervioso.
a
Es de gente de
constitutional
Venezuela, el
republic.
90% es
They
gente de
don't
Venezuela.
know the
Cuando salió la
Second
caravana salieron
Amendment.
más
They
de
don't
4,000
know the
personas
speaking
de la
rights that you
parte de
have here,
Tapachula
your First
caminando hacia
Amendment. They
el
don't know
norte
none
del
of
estado de
that.
Chiapas, en los cuales el conteo de niños se iba por arriba de los 600,
They don't
mujeres
know
arriba
none
de
of that.
1,300 y
So they
tantos
import
y
these
hombres
people that will
2,200 y
succumb to
fracción. Al
whatever
parecer, los que están
the US
retornando
government is
hacia las
willing
limitaciones
to
entre
give them
Guatemala son los
as
hombres solteros
handouts.
y no han retornado a mujeres
That's all
y
they
a
want.
niños
They're
en estos
here for
momentos.
handouts. If they were here to work,
Let us move
let's just
forward
be
and let us
real,
transport
they would
ourselves
have done
to
the
the other side.
process legally. All steps in process would have been check, 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 check.
This is
But
a
they
blockage
want
that is being
instant
done right
gratification.
here
These people don't want to put
between
in
the
the hard
limitations,
work. They want that free, quick
and they're blocking
fix.
against the streets. This
This
is a
is not
complete
the America
disaster.
that we
There's
grew
no other
up
way
in.
that I can
We grew
describe it
up
to
in
you.
America
And
that
it is
you
a full
can work
embarrassment
and
from the
become the
AMLO
best version
administration
of
that it goes
yourself
to the
as long as
White
you
House and it
continue to
says, oh,
work
you know
hard
what,
for
we are,
yourself.
don't vote
These
for the
people want to be
opposition in the
put
United States because they're
on our
inhuman.
tax
And look
dollars.
what AMLO
And
is
let,
doing
and this is
to
what this is why
over
I'm
here in the
saying
south
this,
border. It is
okay?
ridiculous, the
I'm
hypocritical
saying this
statements
because
of this
this welfare
administration of Morena
dependent class
and
that is
administration of
being
AMLO. It is just
allowed
completely
into our
hypocritical.
country,
Señores,
90
es
over 90% of
completamente
these people do not
de una manera
qualify for a
hipócrita el
political
presidente Andrés Manuel
asylum.
López
A
Obrador
lot of
que va
these
hacia los
people are
Estados
what we
Unidos a la Casa
call
Blanca y dice no voten por la
economical
oposición,
migrants.
latinos,
These people
porque
just
ellos son
you
inhumanos.
ask them, why are
Cuando
you
él
here?
pues
Oh, I
vea
want a
nada
better
más
house. I want a
cómo es
better life.
completamente
There's no
inhumano en
money.
su
That
propio
is
país, en
not
el país
a
del sur de la
reason
frontera,
for you to
donde vemos que
qualify
niños
for
están en
political
situaciones
asylum.
precarias, en situación de calle,
Now, these
y
people that
donde
are
va a caer
being
la lluvia
allowed
más,
into the
más adelante,
country and
señores, va a caer la
released,
lluvia
For the next
va a caer
6,
también
7
una
years,
tormenta
for
más
the
tarde,
next six
veremos
to
en qué
seven
condiciones van a
years,
estar los migrantes
it
porque no
will
hay
be
refugio, no hay.
illegal.
Lo más
It will
vergonzoso de
be
todo esto es
illegal.
las
Let me say
organizaciones
this one more
internacionales,
time.
aquellas que pregonan
All of
y
these
hablan de
people that you
humanidad y
guys
hablan de
see
los de
coming
que
in
los vamos
right
a hacer
now,
más
all
humanitarios y
these
vamos a ayudar,
hundreds of thousands
esto y
of
el otro,
people
estas
that are
organizaciones
coming
como las
in
Naciones
right
Unidas,
now through the
que
southern
solamente se
border of
ubican
the
en puntos
United
estratégicos
States
cuando caminan por la
will
selva
have to wait
o cosas así, pero en
6
los
to
lugares más
7
importantes no hay
years to
estas
see
organizaciones
a
internacionales que den techo, comida, agua
judge, an
o alguna
immigration
solución
judge.
o
Imagine,
alguna,
from the time that
mediante
they
alguna
are
educación de algún
allowed and
proceso
released
de
into
decirles
our
a los migrantes,
country,
esto es lo que va a
they
suceder, ¿no?
will be
Esto va a
wandering
pasar,
the
este tiempo se tienen que
streets
esperar
of our
o
country
algo, alguna solución,
on
alguien que
our
salga,
dollar,
pero no hay
on
ninguna
our
organización
dime.
internacional, así como
Why?
también no hay
Because
ningún
it's illegal for them
líder
to
del Instituto
work.
Nacional de
They are
Migración que
not
salga
here.
para
They are
poder
not
dar
being
la cara y
released on
decir,
a
señores,
work
este es el
permit.
problema que tenemos
They are
aquí en
not
Cerro
being
Gordo, en la
released
estación
on a
migratoria de
work
Mixla. Mientras
visa.
tanto,
They are not
la
being
tensión
released
se
under
siente
the
dentro
Braceros
de
program,
este
which I think
cuadro
we need to
de lo que
bring
viene siendo
back.
la estación de
They
Cerro
are
Gordo,
not being released
donde los
under
migrantes están
any of
cansados
those
y ya quieren una solución por parte del
circumstances.
Instituto Nacional de Migración.
They are all
Let's move
coming to
forward
the southern border
right here.
begging for a handout. They want
Let's see what
political asylum. That is
we
when
can
they are taken care
describe
of.
right now
For the
as
next six
I
to
have a lot of
seven
people behind me.
years, they're
You
going
guys
to
don't
need
know that, but
housing.
there's
They're going
a
to
lot
need
of
an
people behind me, a lot of
education.
migrants that
They're
just
going to
walk
need
behind
food.
me.
The kids are
And
going
they're
to
always
need an
consistently
education.
walking
They're going to
behind me. And
need
it is a
medical.
matter of just
Guess where they are going
having the
to
type
get
of
this from? It is all
of
coming from
courage to
your
just be in
tax
the middle of all
dollars.
this, people. It is not
While
easy
we're funding
to be
billions
broadcasting
of
in
dollars
this
to
kind of
Ukraine
circumstances.
so that they can secure
It's
their
not easy
border
at all.
for their infrastructure as well, we
But
cannot,
we are
for the
doing what
life
we
of us,
can to
secure
bring you
our
guys
southern
reality and
border.
truth of the
We are
news. Señores, no es
importing
fácil
third
estar
world creatures
transmitiendo en
into
vivo en estas
our
circunstancias,
country, releasing
que
them
son
under
verdaderamente
no merits
precarias,
of returning.
donde pues
Many of
ya
them
se
are
ha
turning
bloqueado
to
la calle
crime.
y
Why?
donde
Because
no
they
se,
cannot have a
pues
job.
básicamente no
They
hay ninguna
cannot
solución
work. They need money. They
y
want
donde pues
more money than
básicamente
what
no
they are
hay
being
alguna
handed
respuesta,
off
there's
by
no
the
solution,
federal government.
where there is no
6 to 7 years for them
solution and
to
there is
go through
none.
the system to see an asylum judge, an immigration
There's
judge,
only
to
problems.
see and be told that you don't qualify for political asylum. At that point, how many individuals do you not think would not have
Again,
had
there's
kids
other groups
here?
that they're explaining what is going on, what is happening.
This is total chaos. This
This is
is the new
because
world order
this is what open
being
borders
brought
will do to your
into
country.
your country, delivered
And
to your
migrants
front
just want to
doorstep.
transit,
Every single state in this country is a border
but there's
state
not
now.
a process,
And
a
now we're
respectful
seeing
process. And the government of
the mayor
Mexico,
of
again,
DC,
it
oh,
is
now it's a problem. Maybe we
again, it
shouldn't
is
be
doing
bringing these
not a
people to
good job. The
DC.
Institute
Oh,
National
it's
of
not a
Immigration of
problem when
Mexico,
they're
not even the National Guard.
flooding
The National Guard has nothing to do with
the
it.
cities
The
of the
Institute
border
National of
towns, right? It's
Immigration
not
of
a
Mexico
problem
is the
then,
one
right?
that has doing a horrible job on
Unbelievable.
attending the humanitarian crisis and the migrant crisis that is occurring south of the border. We're going to continue live right now.
There
In
are
this
way
live feed, I'm
over
going to rest my voice for
39
apparently,
million
let's keep it 5
illegal
minutes,
aliens in this
and I will
country,
be back with
guys.
you guys. 5
Well
minutes.
over 39 million illegal aliens, guys. You import the third world, you become the third world. And at this point, I don't even feel that bad for us. You know why? Because we are allowing this to happen. We have become so complacent, we have become so comfortable in the comfort of our own home with our nice little refrigerated air on our little Wi-Fi, watching Netflix all day long, without mobilizing, without organizing, without having a set plan on how to counter everything that is happening. Our country is being shredded to pieces, piece by piece by piece. And people seem to not acknowledge that. The world can be burning around so many of y'all. And because it's not your house, you don't care or even bat an eye. Let me tell you one thing. It's coming to your house now. It's coming to your doorstep if it's not there already. These people are breaking the law country to country to country to country, not caring about human trafficking, not caring about the rapes that are happening within all of these crowds, not caring about any of that. What do you think these people, or how do you think these people are going to behave when they get to the southern border? What do you think's going to happen? You think their demeanor is going to change all of a sudden because it's a green outfit rather than a white one? She's telling everybody we gotta unite, we gotta stand up. All other groups that have come before us have united, and they've got it done. They've gotten through here. These people are coming in with a sense of self-entitlement. It's pathetic. It's pathetic to see grown-ass adults throwing tantrums like children, demanding. Why don't they go demand from their own country? Why don't they go demand shit from their own politicians back home? Who the hell do they think they are coming into Mexico making any kind of demands? Who are you? You're nobody. Go back to your country. What are you doing coming into a foreign country making demands? It's ridiculous. It's pathetic.
Well, one of the leaders of this caravan just came over and said, "You guys are really disorganized. We need to be appreciative of what the government of Mexico is doing for us. They gave me my permit. I already obtained my permit, and I'm here with you guys, and I'm sticking here with you guys because we supposed to do this organized in an orderly fashion way. But I'm understanding by this particular point that you guys don't want to be organized and you guys want to continue to do this. Let's be organized. Let's respect the laws. And also let's do as much as I can. Let's do as much as we can to be together and to be united. If we're not united and we're not together, no se me pongan atrás, por favor. Ah, qué mal agradecido, la verdad.
So I don't know if you guys are catching the vibe of what Oscar's going through over there.
Ay, cabrón.
These people are being combative and confrontive with Oscar. Okay, this is the third time in this live stream already that I've
Oye,
seen them.
así, nano. Así, la neta.
They're being combative and they're being confrontational with Oscar.
Ahorita 426, acá poquitas 13, pero acá 426. Teníamos casi 700 hace rato.
¿Cómo se llama la página?
Ahí dice, ¿cómo se llama?
Oscar el Blue.
Oscar
El Blue.
¿En qué?
Facebook es en Facebook y en Twitter y en YouTube. En Instagram no. Espérame, patrón. Oscar el Blue, búsquela.
Mano, ¿cómo se llama la cuenta de TikTok, hermano?
No tengo
no es
TikTok.
TikTok, es Instagram y
Facebook y YouTube.
Oscar el Blue.
They're trying.
Oscar el Blue. No mires.
They're questioning Oscar.
Este sí.
Ese de arriba, sí, arriba. Esa, ahí está.
Mano, ¿qué opinas tú de esto? Si tenemos que seguir trancando,
No puedo darte mi opinión porque soy reportero.
sí, claro.
No puedo darte mi opinión. Y aparte estoy en video en vivo.
Y nos están escuchando.
Exactamente, lo están escuchando.
Hola.
Están escuchando todo.
Pero tienes una opinión parcial.
No puedo, te estoy haciendo una transmisión de los hechos ahorita. Cuando termine, con mucho gusto les doy mi opinión.
Ah, bueno, perfecto.
¿Muy bien? Bueno.
No te envío, sí. ¿Cómo lo sabes?
They don't leave Oscar alone. They're questioning him. They're questioning him.
Vamos a ver para acá. Let's see what is going to happen right here. Vamos a ver qué va a pasar, qué es lo que va a acontecer, qué va a suceder.
Ese Yonder. Ahí saliendo el...
Vamos a acabar el live. We're going to finish the live on Instagram and we're going to continue to go live on Facebook and YouTube. Vamos a terminar el live en Instagram y vamos a quedar en Facebook y YouTube debido a que se me está acabando la pila.
They're questioning Oscar. Oscar's in danger right now, guys. Oscar's in danger right now. I already know that firsthand. I know Oscar's like my brother. I know firsthand that Oscar is in danger right now and he's feeling uncomfortable.
No, lo voy a dejar ahí. Quiero ahorrar esa pila para este.
I know Oscar's uncomfortable right now.
And the rain is about to come right now, and let's see what is going to happen. As they're continuing to block the street from this side, the National Guard has continue to block right here. Como pueden ver, la Guardia Nacional está prácticamente haciendo su trabajo, que es resguardar el puerto de entrada hacia Huixla, hacia Cerro Gordo, mientras que la comunidad migrante también se manifiesta tapando el acceso para poder obtener una respuesta inmediata ya por parte del Instituto Nacional de Migración. Ya quieren una respuesta inmediata.
Right now, Oscar will clarify for everybody, maybe on this live or on the next one, once he gets to a secure location in his hotel, that these people are instigators. The people that were just questioning him were questioning his motives and his intentions out there.
Is coming. Immigration is coming. Let's see right here where they're going to give a solution. I know. The immigration officer is going to come out and say what is going to happen.
This is about to get really crazy, guys. Share this video, guys. Share this video for me.
Right here to one of the migrants.
These are all a bunch of self-entitled individuals. Look at these grown men. Do they look like they're suffering? Do they look like they're starving? Do they look like they're needy individuals? Those are a bunch of thugs. And call them what they are. I'm sick of political correctness. I'm sick of, they're migrants. Be nice and bullshit. These are a bunch of leeches that are coming into your country. This is an invasion. They don't care about the sovereignty of your country. They don't care about your rights. They don't care about your taxes. They don't care about the future of your children. They don't care about your future, of the future of this country. All they want is me. All they want is free. Bunch of entitled individuals. Self-entitled, self-righteous individuals. It's disgusting.
Alexa, te pido encarecidamente elijas a 5 personas más, creo que ya las tienes por acá, para que podamos platicar de este lado. No es por otra cosa, simplemente que luego yo quiero conversar con ustedes y empiezan a gritar. Entonces, para que hagamos esto de manera ordenada y pacífica, te invito a que pases aquí nada más conmigo, todo hacia atrás, para que platiquemos. No me metas adentro.
Vamos, vamos.
I'm sick of it. We can't just idly sit by and stay quiet because you're gonna get called a racist or a xenophobe or all these phobes names. The hell with that, guys. Our country, your country that you grew up in, we're losing it because of these individuals.
I just got pushed and shoved by the back. I don't even know who the hell is behind me, but I'm right here standing.
I'm telling you guys, these elections, 2022 midterms, are the most important ones. And if you're in Texas, do not vote for people that are lining up with DACA immigration, okay? We just had an individual, a woman here in Texas that is from Mexico, and that's all good. Congratulations, the first Mexican woman in Congress. Congratulations. But she's for DACA. She's for amnesty. I'm not for that. I come from a migrant family, and I'm not for DACA, and I'm not for amnesty. Don't just think because the GOP puts a brown face in your face, don't think that that's the person you want to vote for. Stay away from the well-funded campaigns. Look further down the ballot. A lot of the times, the people that are the best funded campaigns are the worst picks. Cultural politics, you're absolutely correct. And this is probably unpopular opinion, but you know what? You nailed it right. You nailed you nailed it right on the head, bro. Mayra Flores and Maria Salazar share the same sentiment about DACA and irregular migrants already in the U.S. Pure rhinos. I cannot agree more with you. And a lot of people gloat, oh, she's this, she's that, she's great. Good for her for getting to Congress. Bad on her. Bad on her for being okay with DACA and with giving these people a pass after they've broken the law. That's not right. Howard Pletcher says those individuals and the Democrats are destroying our country. Come here legally and we'll welcome you as brothers, but still in our country like this, vermin should be expelled immediately. I agree, brother. So unfair to U.S. citizens and to those legal immigrants. Completely agreed. The problem is people are not looking into all candidates running. It's almost like a herd mentality. Completely agree with you, Debbie. They don't take the time to research what these people have been doing the last 2-3 years. They don't take the time to research some of the groups that these people align themselves with. Like in Texas, we have the Latino vote group or the Republican Latino group. It's all a bunch of rhinos. It's all done by the Bush brothers. I don't align myself with them. There's also the Republican National Hispanic Assembly, or the National RNHA, Republican National Hispanic Assembly. Bunch of rhinos. They also believe in amnesty and in DACA. I'm not okay with that. And you know, unfortunately, me saying this on this live right now, it's gonna bring me heat, and I'm gonna receive probably text messages after this finishes from possibly some rhinos in the East Texas area. Why are you talking bad about our candidate? Why are you talking bad about a Republican? Aren't you on the same side? Listen, first and foremost, I don't have allegiance to no man or woman. My allegiance is to God and my country, period. All right? The rest is extra. If these people are coming into office and you expect me to sit there and be quiet and idly sit there and not say and speak up, I don't think so. Not going to happen. Not gonna happen. I will speak up, and just because they're Republicans do not get a pass. Same thing with Governor Abbott. We can't have that anymore, guys. Political correctness has gotten us to this point. Excuse my French, but the pussification of America. How is it that a generation that grew up on Beavis and Butthead, on South Park, all of a sudden gets offended over everything? everything to the point they want to cancel you. Speak up. Speak up. It's your right and it's protected for you to speak up and speak whatever the hell is on your mind.
Let's wait for the response of the international immigration.
People like Crenshaw, people like Abbott, people like Mayra Flores, people like our Senator John Cornyn. All of those people that claim to be Republicans are not. They are what we call. You want to understand red pill? Red pills when you understand that both sides of the aisle work in conjunction for the same bird. Both two different wings. It's one bird. That's red pill. Understanding that the red and blue work together behind your back. That's red pill. Understanding how this dirty, grimy government works. We have very few actual Republicans that actually stick to their guns and actually care about this country. Very few. That is why it's important for us to take back the power. And what I mean by that, look around for good candidates, people that you know will get the job done, people that you would trust in that position. And let me tell you one thing, if you look around for that position to be filled and you can't find somebody good enough to fill that position, guess what? Don't just look for the candidate. Be that candidate. Get out there, just like Marjorie Taylor Greene did at some point. Marjorie Taylor Greene was out here on the streets with us, looking at the border, checking out what was happening as an activist. And then she said, "You know what? I can only be an activist so long. I can only be documenting this so long." She ran for Congress and boom, she's in there. It's time for average American citizens to get in there. Common sense Americans that are not going to bend the knee to the left. That is what we need right now.
So let's wait. People, how's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Let me give you a synopsis of what has been going on. More than 4,000 migrants endured and embarked on a caravan yesterday. They walked for more than 65 kilometers to get to the migrant station of Cerro Gordo in Huixla. After they got here, they imagined that they were going to get the multiple migration force so they can move to the north borders of the United States of America or give them a free transit. But sadly, the immigration officials and also some immigration officials have been taking people that they already been deported and they already been arrested on this particular site, and they're returning them back to the border. And some of them, what we are getting them information, they're just returning them back without letting them get the opportunity to get the multiple migration. Due to this factor, migrants have decided to block the streets. They have been camping out here late at night, and then today and the whole day under the rain. There's precarious situations towards children, and also there's more than 600 children. There's more than 1,300 women, and there's more than 2,200 men that they are awaiting right here. 90% of the population that is from Venezuela. The children are under precarious situations, under the rain. No, only an entity has come from an international organization that was UNICEF. They came only for 2 hours. They gave attention to the children, and then they left. That was it. No international organization has come over here to help or to try to guide the migrants to say, this is the process, this is what we got to do, this is what we need to do. Right now, after they blocked this particular area where there is an international port of entry, after they blocked this area, as you can see right here, and they also are blocking behind all the way to the back. They're blocking the streets also that connect to the east side and the west side of the state of Chiapas. After they are blocking this, they decided to block also this port of entry. A chief commander came out, wanted a dialogue with one of the migrants. The migrant said, "You know what? Okay." Chief commander said to the migrants, "If you think that by you blocking is going to cost us fear, we have done this day and night. We will not do this. We will not, we have gone through this exactly what you are going through." As soon as the chief commander said that, one of the migrants stepped up and said, "I know I'm an ex-military from Venezuela. I know what you're doing and I know your perspective right now. We want peace. We want a permit. We want to leave. We want to move forward. We want to move to the United States. We want to move forward. We want to move to the north borders. That's what we want. We only want our permit. We don't want to cause no problems." So the chief commander said to the migrant, if you get me to move all of your people that they're blocking this entrance and they're blocking the streets, I will immediately get you access to you, and so we can talk to the Institute of National Immigration. What happened after was that the migrants said, "No, we are afraid for your integrity. We're not letting you go alone." So after that, 6 leaders of the caravan have stepped in, and right now they're talking to immigration officials. This is a complete disaster, people. It's a complete disaster by the authorities of Mexico, and also it is this. I don't know how to describe this. They cannot even handle right now the current situation. Let's see what is going to happen as the migrants are coming, and they are going to speak right now. And let's see how the migrant population is going to take this statement, because we don't know what they just said to them and how they are going to take it. As the immigration officials have left already, and let's see how the migrants are going to take the statement. As every migrant is holding hands right here, and they're blocking the street, they're blocking the entrance. Immigration officials are apparently now leaving, and let's see what is there going to be their response, as they are going to come out and they have just negotiated possibly to be removed. Let's see what they say.
Vamos a escuchar, por favor. Muchachos, para que escuchen rápidamente, para que escuchen todo, vamos a, por favor, porque siéntense. Más rápido porque necesito, ya me estoy avanzando ahora.
So while I have y'all on here, I'm curious to know what you guys think about a Donald Trump and DeSantis ticket. Trump DeSantis ticket would be, to me, ideal. What do you guys think? Let me hear. I want to read your comments here on that.
Tienen toda la razón. Lo primero, legalmente lo que estamos haciendo es un delito. Todo aquel que sea sometido se le va a abrir un proceso. Eso es lo legal. ¿Ves? De eso estamos expuestos todos. Segundo, las personas que ya le dieron permiso lo van a atender. A los que le dieron permiso lo van a atender, van a ser como reubicados, ¿verdad? Sería la palabra. Lo van, porque a esas personas que ya le dieron permiso en Comar, en siglo XXI, así no lo van a atender.
El que ya tiene un proceso abierto, el que fue a Comar a pedir cita, no lo van a atender. El que ya tiene un proceso en el siglo XXI, no lo van a atender.
Porque el sistema choca, el sistema no puede tener un duplicado. Aquí lo van a atender. Los que no tienen el permiso, lo vamos a dejar y vamos a ser atendidos. Ahorita sale para decirnos si hoy o mañana, pero sí nos van a dar respuesta. Señores, hay que desbloquear todo. Hay que desbloquear todo.
Ya va. Y la gente que fue a Comar, porque ellos mismos dijeron que vayan,
Ya tienen un proceso.
pero no se va a aguantar uno hasta noviembre.
Pero ya vieron un proceso.
Sí, pero lamentablemente lo que vamos a evitar cuando ellos salgan, vamos a buscar beneficios para los que tienen eso. ¿Me entienden? La Comar,
Lo que tiene es cuerda. Porque ya es un sistema que choca. Es un sistema que choca, ¿me entiendes?
So they're letting them know that they're going to allow them to, they're going to give them their paperwork tomorrow. They've told them that they would help them with their paperwork between today and tomorrow, guys.
Exactamente, tú te vas a quedar para que para lo que no tenemos, nos van a trasladar en bus para allá para su debido proceso. Ayer le voy a ayer la quedaba prestar la foto. Por eso mismo.
Cabrón, me está sacando pedo.
Lo que no tiene proceso, tiene que ser.
¿Por qué eres así, güey?
Bueno, a mí no me lo hagan por acá. Si yo me tengo que trasladar hasta que yo por mi debido proceso. Porque yo tengo un sistema bien. Y hay que entender, para que no choque, entonces el sistema tiene que ser exactamente. Ahora en el espacio ahí.
They're unblocking the street. They're unblocking the street. I will translate what just happened. I will explain right now what just happened. They're about to unblock the streets, and it's raining. I have an umbrella right here, so it's helping me a little bit to continue to broadcast. The commander has just said, move, unblock the street. This is what happened. So the immigration officer came out and said, there's a lot of people that they're irregular on this place. What your guys are doing, it is a violation of the federal law. If you don't move, we are going to arrest every single one, and you're not going to have no process whatsoever. So you unblock the street, you do what we say, the people that they have already a process in the Comar or the 21st century, that is the immigration center, you go back, and ultimately you're not only go back, but also you do your process where it's supposed to be done. The people that they are starting a process, you can start your process right here. That is the only way. That is the law. You need to obey the law, and that is the process that we are going to do. If you don't do that process, we are not going to basically help you out. So they're deviating the traffic right now. As you guys can see, this is the blockage from the National Guard.
This is nuts, man. Total chaos. Total chaos. And really, I know I speak for a lot of you guys right here that this does not leave a good taste in your mouth, seeing the behavior
and let's see what is going to be the result of this.
Seeing the behavior and the sense of self-entitlement, as if we owe them, as if they are owed.
You have a lot of children.
That's not how this works.
Majority entirely are men. I'm not even going to lie about that. So let's continue to walk and continue to broadcast right here. My God, the wind and the rain and the umbrella and all that stuff that I'm carrying. Holy cow. Yes, I was pushed over. This happens. This is a raw and uncut live feed. So it happens. We know how to defend ourselves, and we got people behind us. But it was a massive crowd, so it was bound to happen, people.
What are your thoughts on Candace Owens with Trump? Where is it? I think Candace Owens is way too young.
Right now, there's
way too young. She just started a family. She's just popping babies left and right. So she needs to focus on her family, have her time as a mother, you know, so that she has.
Not even on the link.
Obviously, she's really happy to be a mom. Congratulations to her. But I think As
raw
far
and
as
uncut
Candace
footage, real
Owens with
American
Trump,
Voice News,
I think she's way too young
the
still
only
to fill those
network
shoes.
that is
Nonetheless, she's
bringing
very
you this
smart. There's lots of
coverage.
potential
Oscar
there.
Blue,
She's awesome.
Real
I love
American
her,
Voice
but
News,
no, not
Ben Bear from
presidential
Frontline
or
America,
vice
Anthony Owedo,
presidential.
us, bringing you the reality and truth of the news. The rain is coming down hard. We are going to move to the car. There's no other way. And I will give a synopsis right there. As the streets were blocked, but now they're not. And it's always this problematic that is caused by irregular migration, and ultimately not only is caused by that, but also it is caused by open borders. Holy cow, man. We are continuing to walk right here. Look at this. The conditions that these people are living right now under these conditions. Look at that guy with a carton underneath a tree.
So
we're going to move to the car.
So Emia says, I think it should be Trump or DeSantis, not both together. Here's my thought. I think if we get President Trump and a Vice President DeSantis, that would leave us another 4 years with Trump. And then Trump would hand off the baton or the torch to DeSantis. So we get him 8 years. And then after those 8 years, then we get Donald Trump Jr., baby. How's that? So
Look at
4 years Donald Trump.
Holy moly.
And then 8 years DeSantis. And then 8 years Trump Jr. How's that?
I'm going to record that. Sadly.
What happened?
We are moving to the car. And I will give a synopsis from the car. Right now, as soon as we step in the car, we'll give a synopsis of this, of what is happening. This is a complete chaos right here. And it's raining. A lot of these people are in shock to see how this is continuing. Look at that right there, all the way to the back. People are waiting on tents. So let's see if we can get right here in the car. Ah, ah. Déjame termino nomás esta transmisión. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. We are going to change the camera right here real quick. And that's it. We are about to end this live feed real quick. Thank you so much for joining in. That's my cameraman Manuel right there. Juan, ¿estás Juanito? Ahí está Juanito. That's Juan right there. And first time we're going to present you the head chief of Frontera Sur, la jefa de Frontera Sur, señores. La señora Wendy, ahí está. This is our team right here. It's our team to bring you live coverage of, of this migrant, this migrant phenomenon. This Manuel de Jesus is my cameraman. Our leader and journalist is Juan Blanco, supported by his wife, that is Wendy. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless every single one of you. Coverage today, full coverage of the migrant phenomenon. Full coverage. I believe that it cannot be better than Real America's Boys News, Oscar Blue also. Real Anthony Agüero or Anthony Agüero, and also Ben Berquam of Frontline America with Ben Berquam, and also, all the people that they have been supporting me. Also, Wendy Bell Radio Network. Download the app. Go over there. Wendy Bell Radio Network. Full coverage. Guys, cannot get this coverage nowhere else. The only bilingual, network that is over here, and bilingual broadcaster, reporter, and journalist is myself. So thank you so much for the support. Enormous support. We are going to continue. We're going to continue to broadcast. We're going to continue to move forward. Tomorrow, let's see how this crisis continues right here on the border. It is a crisis, people. It is a crisis. It is a crisis, whether you like it or not, whether these leftists in the United States say that it's not a crisis, that it's just a challenge. There's nothing funny about people losing their lives migrating to the Darien Gap and kids right here starving. It's not, there's no chance about this. It's provoked by open border policies and by leftist agendas. Everybody deserves a right to migrate. I am a pro-migrant myself. Everybody deserves a right to migrate, but there needs to be a process and a filter. And it is much needed, and it is really urgent that we educate people how to do a process and how to migrate. Stay safe. Thank you so much. Buy me a coffee. It's pinned on the chat. If you guys like to contribute to Independent Reporting and Travel Fund, an hour and 44 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes doing this broadcast. Thank you, and thank you. Señores, muchísimas gracias a mi equipo de trabajo, el equipo de trabajo, el señor Manuel de Jesús, camarógrafo y video, soy fotógrafo, líder de nuestro equipo, Juan Manuel Blanco, periodista de F Noticias y Frontera Sur, y señores, la líder del portal de señores de Frontera Sur, la señorita Wendy Anguiano. Señores, eso es nuestro equipo de trabajo que hemos estado tratando de llevarle la cobertura de este fenómeno migratorio en la Puerta Sur. Creo que esta cobertura nadie la ha hecho más que nosotros, y la verdad hay otros periodistas que están aquí, como Benjamín Alfaro, como el señor Pedro Gerardo de TV Azteca, y como muchísimos más que están están presentes aquí. Han hecho un excelente trabajo, una excelente cobertura en la estación de Cerro Gordo en la ciudad de Huixla, señores, en este fenómeno migratorio. Nos vemos pronto. Hasta pronto.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. Some live coverage of what is happening down south in Mexico. Thank you, Oscar, for allowing me to basically rebroadcast your transmission down there in hopes to reaching more people and amplifying his voice and what is happening and wanting to educate people out there. It's just amazing how the left wants to now punish American citizens once again with lockdowns and these mask mandates when we are right around the corner from this midterm election coming up. And it's amazing how now that right before this midterm coming up, all of a sudden we have a new strain of BS that they want to basically implement their mask mandates for all over again. Last night, we had the opportunity to be in El Paso and we went out to the border. We got some pretty good footage. We did a 2.5 hour broadcast transmission from the El Paso border. And come to find out, uh, according to some of the agents that work down here, that at least 50 new personnel were hired for a processing facility out in the northeast El Paso off of Hondo Pass Drive. Ladies and gentlemen, they hired 50 more. I don't even want to say they're border patrol agents. They're just processing individuals in helping process the migrants quicker. Apparently, what's happening is that they are importing anywhere from 900 to 1,200 illegal aliens on a nightly basis from other cities in Texas and in Nuevo Mexico. So they're flying them into El Paso. They're being processed here. And there's just no end in sight. El Paso is the third busiest sector on the border. Of course, you know, it's obviously the Del Rio sector, and then it's the Yuma, and then it's El Paso. We're going to be seeing a massive, massive shift in the weeks to come, days to come, weeks to come, because word is getting around down in Tapachula in south of Mexico that Governor Abbott is apprehending people and sending them right back to the border. So it is causing a shift in which Border Patrol agents here in the immediate area uh, are now saying that they're seeing an influx of migrants through the Nuevo Mexico. You got to remember, El Paso is border with Salem Park, New Mexico. Therefore, there is a gap in between El Paso and New Mexico. There is probably about a 2.5 mile gap between the We Build the Wall structure and the Anapra, Nuevo Mexico, Salem Park, New Mexico. So there is a pretty significant gap in which what is it called? The Army Corps of Engineers had deemed it was impossible for them to build any kind of structure in that immediate area. Little time later, all of a sudden, We Build the Wall shows up. Steve Bannon. They organize putting up this huge barrier. They build the wall in 7 days. In 7 days, with less than $21 million. In which last night, while we were out in El Paso, we were also able to document, and this is a pattern that many of you guys have been noticing and seeing with me, the fact that the International Water Boundary Commission, International Water Boundary Commission is setting the precedent, but not just in one area or two areas. They basically have a pretty solid control of the river and some of the surrounding areas on the border. So, for example, and I've pointed this out to you guys time and time and night after night after night that I've been out there in the Del Rio and Eagle Pass area. Uh, the International Water Boundary Commission controls the water levels on the river. And so there's been times when we've been out there broadcasting with you guys live, in which we start in the afternoon and we see the water level ye high. And then by the end of the night, before I sign off, the water level is dropped significantly. And those are known as heavy crossing times. Why would you do that when you know it's heavy crossing times. And so in El Paso last night, we got to document a sector right next to the We Build the Wall structure, in which the International Water Boundary Commission is opening a gate deliberately and chaining it up with a master lock on it. I documented that. It should be, and I talked about it earlier on my interview on Dr. Gina Primetime. If you're not yet watching, or if you've not yet downloaded Real America's Voice News app, it is free. You get all of the programming. You can go back and watch what you may have missed throughout the day. And you don't even have to create an account. You just simply download it to your phone and you go. Download the app and you can catch all of our interviews throughout the week, throughout the day. Earlier today, I sent them that footage, so you'll be able to view that video on there, and as well as some elite tactical units that are out here working and assisting with Border Patrol. Last night, we were able to get some footage of that as well. So they're definitely well worth you guys going over there and checking it out. Also, after you download the app, make sure to check out Law and Border with Ben Berkwam on Real America's Voice News app. It's something that uh, I'm lucky to also be a part of and to be able to bring some footage and knowledge to that show. So be sure you catch up on those episodes, because we're probably about halfway through the season. Again, that's Ben's show, Law and Border. Yours truly, also a contributor on there, bringing you guys raw coverage and raw footage on there. So be sure you guys are on there and check out the Real America's Voice News app. So, quick questions. Anybody got any more questions? Is this near the Guatemala border? Yes. So Oscar, the video that Oscar was just broadcasting to us right now, it was right at the Guatemala and Suchiate and Chiapas border. So yes, that was right next to Guatemala. I lost my dinner appetite after this video. I'm sorry if it makes you uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I know it's hard to watch, but it is something that we have to know about and be learning about. You have been rocked together. Thank you, thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you, thank you. Is there any militiamen at the border? JC, yes. And so, if you guys want to help real patriots in this fight that are actually going toe to toe with the cartels, check out Arizona Border Recon. Tim Foley. 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go out to the Arizona desert out there by Arivaca with Tim Foley and a band. We were out there and we camped out in the middle of nowhere for 3 days. No cell phone service, no cell phone reception, no text messages, nothing. It's called, the term is humping. We went humping the hills, which means we went up and down the hills, in search of evidence of what is taking place out there. And some of the footage that you guys will be able to watch on Law and Border through the Real America's Voice News app in the next episode to come. It's just going to shock you guys. We were able to recover some SD SD card footage, some of the SD cards from the cameras, from the trail cams that are strategically placed out there in certain areas. We went out there, retrieved the footage, came back to camp, and what we saw in this footage is unbelievable. We've saw people handcuffed, being escorted in and out of the United States. once again, I will probably be sharing some of this footage here in the next coming day or so. So if you're on my Instagram, you'll be seeing it. But we were able to. Tim Foley has cameras out there strategically placed in multiple areas because he's keeping tabs on what is happening out there. And with his cameras, he was able to capture the footage that we have, in which, like I'm telling you, grown men walking in and out of your country handcuffed, escorted by other grown men with pistols and ARs. It's unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. You have prominent cartel members riding their horses all the way to the wall, armed to their teeth. It's just, if you guys have not yet seen the movie Cartel Land on Prime, it's $3. It's only $3 for you to rent it. It was filmed in 2015. Get familiar with who Tim Foley is. Watch that documentary. If you don't have nothing else to watch tonight, watch that documentary. It's called Cartel Land. I'm halfway through it. I started it last night. But Tim Foley is known for coming out on that documentary. And you guys will get a really good glimpse into what he does out there, him and his men. And so when you talk escorted by who? Escorted by organized crime. Escorted by organized crime. And so out there, from what Tim explained to me, there are two different smaller cartel groups that are operating in that area. They both operate for the Sinaloa, but they're both also separate. You know what I'm saying? So they fight amongst each other, and you hear some of the gunshots out there. And even though you're a mile and a half away, you just like it just sounds so close, so close. Um, we found also, and I have it on footage, when Ben and I were out on the middle of the Sierras, literally, we found areas that are basically put together by lookouts, scouts, that once they take position of these higher elevated mountains or hilltops, they are able to control everything via walkie-talkie, and they relay from one walkie-talkie to another, to another, to another. And we actually came across multiple spots or sites that we call layups. Those are spots where these people literally, that's what they do, is lay up on there, and they go undetected, and they're relaying information back to the people that are in Mexico with their relays. They have the technology of the walkie-talkie out there, and so they use relays to communicate effectively back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They actually have cartel scouts on these hills for weeks at a time. They take plenty of food, plenty of water. But you know what's even more crazier than that is that on these cameras, we actually witnessed humanitarian groups, that's what they call themselves, going out there and dropping bucket loads of refried beans, of instant rice, of chicken strips, of any kind of food that you can make without a stove or even with, they are providing it for them. So these cameras that are placed in certain areas out there actually record two young ladies, liberals. You could tell they're very liberal. You can tell they're the way that they're dressed. You could tell they're liberals. They're going out there carrying gallon jugs of waters to facilitate the journey for the drug mules or the human smugglers that are passing through there. Well, how do you know that? Well, I'll tell you. Because on the camera, one day, no, few hours early in the morning, you see two women walking right past the camera going down towards the border with gallons of waters in their hand and buckets. I'm talking about a big bucket. I'm talking about a big white bucket full of tons of food. Like they don't use cans anymore because the cans tend to corrode or whatever. So they use these packs, these plastic packs that you go to Walmart and it's a little plastic pack container of beans, of tuna, sushi, whatever. They fill these buckets full of food and crackers and oatmeal cookies. Boom, boom, boom. And then they carry them way, way out there. And so when these people have crossed into the US, maybe about a mile after they've actually crossed the wall, then they find and they have coordinates for certain locations. And so let's say 9 in the morning, you see these women walking down to the wall. 9:30, they're walking right back. And then 1 o'clock in the afternoon, what do you see? A group of like 12 military dressed up males, all in camo gear, with some with tactical guns, tactical gear, and they're escorting two other males with their hands handcuffed behind their back. And then you see them eating or drinking the waters that these humanitarians are dropping off in the desert for them. It is all very well coordinated. It was just it's to the T. And so another thing that I walked away from that experience out there for those 3 days, um, Tim Foley has been up and down in those mountains for over 9 years. And this, I believe this last month or a month ago, I believe a month ago, send me the StreamYard link. All right. Hold on, guys. We're going to get Oscar in here real quick. Hold on, guys. Let's get Blue on here real quick. All right. So this past month, prior to Ben and myself, prior to Ben and myself going out with Tim, he actually, this is what he found, guys, and I have pictures of it. He found a decapitated head of a woman on American soil. He found the cranium of a woman cracked across the head. Hey, what's up, Oscar?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Good. How about yourself, man? Great job out there, bro.
Well, we're the only ones, Anthony. Let's keep it real. And I don't want to brag about it, but we have been doing it for 4.5 more. You have been doing it more for 5 years. I've been doing it for 4 years. Ben has been doing it for 5 years, and it's just really bad.
Listen,
Look
I
how
was I was restreaming you, and I could tell that there was something going on. I can tell the energy within those men was shifting, and I knew at some point you felt some kind of danger or maybe uncomfortable in the situation in which you find yourself out there, bro.
there was a point. There was a point because they don't understand. They don't listen. Sometimes. Mande. Estoy en un en vivo, mijo. Dime qué te puedo ayudar. La salida, no sé, no sabré decirte. It's all the time. They keep asking me questions, but I don't. It was really it's the emotions started getting a little bit more tension because they don't understand now that the Mexican authorities, they are reinforcing their law. So there's two processes. It is the process of the Commission of Refugees that supposedly that process, it lasts 3 months. It takes you 3 months to get another appointment for you to get the appointment for your visa of transit. They don't want to do that. They want to jump that process and get immediate access. And the other people that they walk to this caravan, they arrive to this place and they want the immediate ID. So they told them, we're not going to do that. You guys are going to listen to the law and to the process that we're doing. If it takes 3 months for you to get this ID, it's going to take you 3 months for you to get this ID. There's no other way. And by the way, they told them, you're violating the law. You're blocking a federal street. They're going to come and pick you up and arrest you. So you better move and understand that there's a process. We're going to give some people the solution, the immediate solution, which they are going to do a study for legitimate cases of asylum.
Oh,
Illegitimate
wow.
cases and immediate cases. For those who are immediate and legitimate and immediate cases of asylum, they will give them the ID between today, later on today. They're going to work all night and they're going to give them the ID today and tomorrow. But basically, the ones that they're returning back to the station of Cerro Gordo, that is the station of Tapachula, that is 65 kilometers away from here, so around 2 hours. Those ones are only men, military age men. The
Uh,
majority of them are military age men.
so two questions. Are if those people, if any of those people that are waiting to get some kind of hearing or to get that little piece of paper, if they get arrested by the police or the National Guard, does that void them from being able to get any paperwork, Oscar?
Yes, yes. And today, today I talked to a guy. He was talking to me and he said, I want to tell you my experience. And I said, tell me your experience. And he said, I was just recently deported from the United States. I was in the Caravan of 2017. And I was just recently deported and I want to go back. So I said, you can't do that. I said, why not? I have been working in the United States and everybody else does it exactly like that. Tell me how you were working in the United States. Do you have documents? He said, no. So I said, you got caught. You cannot work without no documents in the United States. You understand that, right? Yes, but everybody else is doing it. This is the normalization that these people understand. This is why a lot of people in the United States, they're at fault for hiring people that they are not regular and documented in the United States. If this continues, people are going to keep coming and coming and coming, and they're going to be just normalizing that you're working without a document. That is just what is the main problem over here. But if there's a lot of people that they have already also been returned back, that they also have been deported to Guatemala, and those people are also again in this caravan again.
And
Yeah,
how many of the people? So you're telling me that they're gonna give whoever really needs the expedite shirt, they're gonna give it to them and get them in and out of there, right?
yes.
How many of the people that are there, or what percentage do you think are gonna get that quick service, that quick turnaround to be taken, and then how many do you think are gonna be left behind? And will that cause any conflict or tension down there?
That's why they are dispersing them and telling them you need to go to this station, you need to go to this station to arrange your process as it is supposed to be.
So it's a tactic.
Of it is in a way an tactic. It is a way also to disperse the amount, but it is also a legal way to do it. And by the percentages that I can imagine, I believe that around 50 to 60% of this people are going to get the process to go to the north borders.
50 to 60?
Yes, a lot of them, their families, and a lot of them they're counting as legitimate persecuted cases of asylum. So you're talking about this is a small caravan in comparison to the one that we have at last time, Anthony. This is 4,000. I'm
So
trying to put
what?
my cable in a better picture. Go ahead.
Okay, so those other 40 to 50% that might stay back, do you think there will be conflict that will arise from them not being getting those paperwork?
I believe so, yes. And there's more entering the border. The quantity that they're entering the border unattended and undocumented to irregular places, it is 1,200 per day. So you're talking about that in a week, you're getting 28 to 30,000 people that are coming in. This is why the immigration center, it is collapsed. All of it is collapsed. There's no space whatsoever for, this is the traffic that they just generated right here. But you're getting that massive flow, 28 to 30,000 a week. So imagine they cannot handle it. The authorities, they cannot handle this. And yesterday, late at night, I did an interview with a migrant. He was really accurate about what everything that he was saying. He was saying, I have a legitimate case of asylum, and I will let the United States say if I have it or not. If they tell me in my case it's not a legitimate case, I will return back and I will ask for asylum to another country. But I will try to go to the United States and see if I can get a legitimate case of asylum. Dígame, if I can see if I can get a legitimate case of asylum. If my case is legitimate, I will, I will be admitted and vetted by the United States. If not, I will return back. But also, I want to say that there's a big, gigantic problem. There's a massive flow, he said, that we are overflowing the United States. And there's going to be a point that that country is going to say enough is enough. We cannot take it anymore. He said it in front of everybody. There was like around 200 people. And everybody was saying, well, yes. And I have asked that question to multiple people. You know that you guys are going by the thousands to that country. They said, yes. And there's going to be a point that the United States is going to say, that's it. Enough is enough. But a lot of these people, they just, you already know the attitude, Anthony.
So I listened to an interview that you had yesterday with a young lady. She gave some numbers out. If I'm not mistaken, she mentioned that you guys had upwards to about 600 unaccompanied children or 600 kids over there. Is that true? 600 kids within
My
within.
microphone is, my microphone.
Okay. So is
I
there
cannot hear
six?
you. Let me
Is there
see.
six?
Can you hear me right there?
Yes.
Well, I can't hear you. So let me just connect my microphone again. So, hold on. I don't think that I can. I can't hear you. I don't know why.
It's
The
all right.
the
You can't
the
hear me?
the signal went away. But
Okay.
if you're asking me about the numbers that the lady gave out of the quantity of the children, yes, that is accurate. The Department of Humanitarian Rights gave that count with paperwork. There's more than 600 children, more than 1,300 women, and more than 2,300 men. That has grown into 4,600 people. And the other quantity that it has arrived, the 80% of them are men. So that is why a lot of these people are being returned back because it's military age men, Anthony. There is just young military age men between 20, 25, 30, and 35 years of age. I don't see elderly people, a lot of elderly people, I don't see them. The majority of them, as you see behind me, if I go over there, you will see all of them, they're military age men. All of them. The
Wow.
majority of them are military age men. I can't hear you.
Unreal.
Hey, let me get out and let me come back, brother, because I can't hear you. All right? Love ya.
Wow. What are y'all thoughts? That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's just where we're at today, guys. Like I was telling you, I'll be sharing a link to the broadcast from earlier today with Prime Time with Dr. Gina. Just aired a few minutes ago. I just received the link from the network. I'll be posting it here in just a little bit for you guys. And then I will also be posting some footage on my Instagram account uh, from our 3 day camping trip out on the border with Tim Foley, and show you guys some of the water drops, some of the supplies, some of the bomba socks, brand name bomba socks being dropped off for illegals. I will also show you guys one of the little bunkers that we came up on, where the person that goes and stays up there left his blankets all nice and folded up and left in a tarp in a plastic so it wouldn't get wet or bugs in there. Like, they've got this, they own those hills in the nighttime. There is absolutely I mean, it's not called no man's land for no reason. And if you guys want to get more of an idea of what Ben, Tim Foley, myself, and Tyle put ourselves through those 3 days out there, because I've never done nothing like that. I've been out on the field embedded with police. I've done ride-alongs, all that good stuff. But to say that I'm out there camping in the desert amongst valleys in which cartel members are consistently walking through, fully armed with semi-automatic weapons, never done anything like that. And so I'll be sharing some of that footage. There was just a lot of stuff that we were able to document and record. I've not really even taken the time to swift through all of the footage, but I'm just gonna start uploading small clips of everything that I've seen out there. Uh, Everything, even some of the wildlife, some of the bugs that you find out there is amazing, and sometimes you gotta be able to slow down and enjoy enjoy nature out there. So, um, did you speak with the cartel? We are working on a really, really good interview, or should I say interviews. All of that is coming. All of that is coming. So you take care. Do you take the care package stuff? Where do you take the care package stuff when you see it? That's a good question. And most people would instinctively say, hell yeah, let's take it. We got it. Well, if we were to take it, then we cannot, if we were to go and move the belongings or the items that are set down there by these, not by these NGOs or humanitarian groups, then all they would do is move the coordinates to where we would have to go then and find them all over again to try to see what routes they are taking. So to answer your question, we could have taken it. We did not, for the reason being that now it could be getting documented. Now we can have eyes on those coordinates because we know that they are using it. We know that they have a set agreement between the humanitarian groups, the NGOs operating out of Arizona, and the groups that are coming across the border. We know that they have those coordinates set there because, well, they're dropping off the stuff there. So when these people are coming in from Mexico, they're going straight there to their little find where they have supplies, water, any other stuff that they might be needing along the way. Uh, they all find it there. So they have those coordinates down, and now we're able to set cameras in the area to be able to observe, hey, this is what's happening here. At this time, we're catching patterns. We're starting to see what times they're coming in at. what times they're going back at, how long they go into the US for, and how long it takes them to come back. All of that comes into play. So, no, to answer your question, no, we don't disturb any of that. I think I might have taken a granola bar because we were actually on a pretty long hike. But I did take a granola bar and then I closed it back up, put the lid back on there, and it looked completely uninterrupted. So, no, we do not touch any of the stuff for that same reason, because then it would put work back on people like Tim Foley in trying to figure out what coordinates or what routes they are taking. So, I don't like granola bars. Hey, listen, I'm not a big fan myself, but when you're out there in the middle of nowhere and it's just it's awkwardly weird out there. It's really awkward out there, especially the dead silence. I think I was comfort eating a little bit out there. I was just like, I just wanted those days to go by already. I laid down in my tent. I can't really say that I slept too much while I was out there. It was definitely a very, very different experience. And you got to think, we were out there, guys, and it's 114-degree weather. 114-degree weather. And that's what it said on my truck. In those mountains, it felt even hotter. And it's not like we were in a camp where there's like cabins and all this like shaded area, and no, you literally, whatever's in the back of your truck, whatever little tent. And if y'all know, if you're camping, you know, during the day in the summer it's hot in your tent. So it's interesting. So it's, but again, you guys will get a great glimpse. And a matter of fact, once I get off of here, I have a couple emails that I need to send really quick. But by the end of the night, if you go to my Instagram, I will have uploaded a drone shot, the drone footage of where we camped and where the wall actually ends. And you guys will actually see that we were less than a quarter of a mile from the actual border. And that's not that far, especially being that deep in there. That is not far at all. So I want you guys to get an idea of where we were at. And if you want to get an even more in depth of what we went through and what it's like out there, check out the documentary Cartel Land, or check out oh no, or check out Block User, or check out Arizona Border Recon. Sorry guys, these stupid bots. Um, Arizona Border Recon. Check them out. That, if you guys want to donate to men being out there at the border that are actually making a difference, man. Have y'all ever no, I'm not even gonna say anything. Anyways, yes, but check out Arizona Border Recon. All right, guys. I am gonna send those. I finished working, and then I'm gonna get back on the road. I will be back with you guys maybe sometime tonight. Probably do another recap with Oscar, and I will show you guys the footage of our trip in Arizona. I actually have about I'm actually behind about three different uh, trips that I've not posted anything about. I've not been not doing anything. I've been out there, but I've just been working more behind the scenes, trying to help Ben and get content for the show that we've got going on for him. But I'm gonna be catching up on my stuff, and I'm gonna be uploading later on tonight. I'm gonna have you guys back on here. I'm gonna show you guys the footage that I was able to put together, drone footage, on the field footage, and some arrests that were going on out there. Uh, Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I will be back here later on tonight. Thank you guys for hopping on here with me for a little bit, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit. See you in a bit.